large furnace. It's needed. You have to have it. You got to be able to smelt your ores. My God, if you get one, does it feel good? Be able to cook all that sulfur, those metal. It makes you feel like dancing. This guy, he must have gotten a large furnace. I mean, come on. Why else would you be so happy? This guy also. He's pumped. Large furnace time. Yeah. However, now with helis, it's a lot easier for people to sneak into your base to do, a little bit of theft. Take your ore. So being able to do your little happy dance, it's harder to do now. You really got to guard it. So without further ado, I want to be able to protect my large furnace now. Let's make a large furnace base. Quite simply designed for a solo or duo. This base features optimal protection, it's cheap upkeep, and the large furnace, most importantly, is protected. You can see it's got high stone walls, which are required, the floor grills, which are required, but that's pretty much it. The rest is sort of optional. So one thing you can do in here, if you can get 4 shotgun traps and put them inside your 2 layers of floor grills, it makes it a nightmare to raid through that. Let's just do a little quick tour. So we'll sneak through, and the top roof vault that this base features. This is where your TC is hiding and your main loot. And it's accessible only through going through the courtyard. And you have to bypass the roof vault. So go down to the main first level roof vault, which I've found a fix to being able to push your way through it. I'll show you that as I build this next time. And we'll sneak our way out to the front of the base. It's all shop fronts out here. And I have a level 1 out here. You want to show that off because people are going to be looking inside, so let them see just a level 1. So yeah, stone walls are a requirement and floor grills. And of course large furnace, but you can buy that at Outposts, so it's not too bad. All overall, it's a fun base, and I'm definitely going to make use of this build in my next adventure. So, let's get into it. The solo cooker base. 50 rockets to raid this thing fully, and that's depending on what you upgrade it to, if it's high qual or metal, etc. So let's get into the build. There's the layout, and there's the stage 1 starter base that you're going to build. So find a really level piece of ground to get your base, because it's going to be tricky to place the walls and everything. And then just make essentially a 1x2 with triangle honeycombing on both sides. And that's what it looks like. It's pretty basic. So get this all upgraded to stone. And you're going to do 2 half walls, followed by 2 triangle floor bases and the roof. And this little half wall that's going to be right there is going to stop people from being able to push through into your base. And we want to get this sealed off because this is rust and people will murder you. So again, on this side, same thing, 2 half walls, 2 triangle floors, and the roof. Another wall. Get this upgraded to stone. And it gives you a nice little 1x2 starter. Now there's no vault protection at this point, but again, you want to get a base down, so this is the quickest way. Of course, get your doors down, get out farming, have them both swing outwards, get your TC down, and hey, what do you know, you've got a base. Cheap upkeep. Go farm, get some stone, come back, and step 2, we will build them into a proper roof vault. Having a bit of a stroke here as I fly. Alright, here we go. So to get it to here, we don't need to do too much. It's just a couple door frames and a wood wall and a couple triangles. So let's go. So starting on each side, we want to just get it sealed off. So wall, door frame, and 2 roof triangles. And get that up to stone and at least get your base sealed up. Another door frame. Get 2 doors. So the middle one swings outwards and the outer door swings inwards. and get that upgraded to stone. And around this side, you do the exact same thing. So door frame, fill the roof in, and again, 2 more doors. Inwards on the out and outwards on the in. And get this up to stone. And now you've got a proper roof vault base with that new little added half floor, so people aren't going to be able to push their way in with a teammate. So the next step is, of course, getting the honeycombing on the top by building another roof vault. So depending on how much stone you've got access to, you might not be able to do a full roof vault up here just yet. So decide which side is going to be the furnace room, and that's where the door is going to face. And we want to just seal this off for the time being. We don't need to do the roof portion. We really want to get out there and get farming the nodes so we can build this fully. So get that up to stone. And now you have honeycombing on the roof. So if they have to raid, they're going to have to go through that door and then down through stone. So we want to fill in the triangle honeycomb pieces right now, so we can actually get to building the large furnace. So get these 4 triangles upgraded and honeycombed. It's easier when you're in no clip, of course, but you get the gist. There we go. Upgrade those to stone. And at this point, the base is still weak. It still has those side walls that you can go straight through to get into the main vault. But you don't have anything in the base just yet. So now we're going to do the floor grills for the large furnace. There'll be 6 of them. And you'll need to know the stone wall. So placing these, make sure you use the Alt. So we're going to build the back entrance first. So it's 2 squares out on the one side, and then 3 triangles. And then these 2 square pieces, you destroy them. These 3 triangles will be connected to the base. We're going to do the same thing out here. We're going to do the roof trick. Now here I did forget to do the 2 half walls, so do that and sort of ignore what I did here a little bit. Adjust as proper. And now it's connected back to the base, so it won't decay. So stone walls. Again, fiddle around with this on a build server so you get good at placing them, because they are a pain in the ass to place. Make use of the Alt on your keyboard to look up and line it up with the floor tiles. And once it looks good, throw it down. And I really think about it before I place it, because there's no going back once you put it down. This side's not so bad. Now you can see there's lots of spacing up there. So in this particular build I did on the build server, I had to put up floors up there and a wall just to sort of protect people from climbing in and stealing your stuff. And then you can get your large furnace, either crafting it or buy one from Outpost, and a refinery. And you get the floor grills down. Oof, choppy chop video. Now that you're cooking metal ore in the large furnace, we can upgrade the first vault on the first floor all to sheet metal, making sure that the roofs go to high qual from stone. Those are the only 2 materials that work for the roof trick. So I'm zipping through this real quick, but just upgrade it all to metal. You can get the ore, you can smelt it quickly now with the large furnace, so do it. Get her done. And then on the second vault upstairs, we're going to do the half floor trick here and make this also very hard to get into. So 2 triangle pieces and the roof. Keep fiddling until it comes into view. Perfect. It's blue. And again, it has to be stone or high qual for that roof. And door frames. And again, if you've got the metal frags, start upgrading this second vault to sheet metal. So it's now another 8 rockets to get down. Oops, I didn't do that. So just ignore that I did that, and we'll pretend I upgraded that to sheet metal and not high qual. So I'll just replace it. If you do that by mistake, yeah, you curse yourself a little bit. There. So now this is sheet metal protecting sheet metal below. So this triangle piece at the back of Vault 2, that's where the TC will be going. So get your doors down, swinging outwards and outwards. And up here, in this one triangle piece, we're going to make it sheet metal or high qual if you can afford it. And if you can afford the high qual, surround all the triangles in high qual, because that's where your TC is going to go. And then go down and destroy your TC, having one already crafted. And then get your ass back up to the second vault, not no clip the way I did it. And place it in this triangle and put it into a window frame. And there's the upkeep. So now, with 40 high qual and 6 gears, you're going to make 2 more vending machines, and you're going to place them like so. Make sure you rotate them and disable broadcast, and do the other one. Make sure it is behind the line. And a window frame. Now that's protecting the TC. Now if you can afford 2 more vending machines for another 40 high qual and 6 gears, do it. Place them like so. There we go. Now your TC is super protected. And get that up to high qual if you can, get that roof. And I would just get all these triangle pieces up here to sheet metal as well. And if you can afford it, all of this, the honeycombing as well. Just that extra 8 rockets to get through now. I mean, you've got a large furnace, right? So this doesn't cost much. And there's the cost. And you can just clip the TC in that little room in there. There's the upkeep, which isn't bad at all. So now, outside, because this is the weak side, we're going to put in honeycomb. And, I mean, if you can afford more sheet metal, by all means, yes, please do it. But I would do stone if you can't afford the metal frags, or if you just haven't collected them. I mean, you can always upgrade them at a later date. It just won't be that easy because we're going to be putting down stone walls. So that's it. Get those up to stone. And then, again, another layer of honeycombing up here. We're going to be doing half walls because we want to also do another level into the furnace room. It would be the equivalent of 2 sheet metal doors to get into the large furnace courtyard that really doesn't give them much. As long as you don't leave a lot of ore in there at the time. So again, all this honeycombing, it could be sheet metal if you can afford it, or stone. Now these floor frames, keep them stone. Don't upgrade them to sheet metal. There's no benefit because the floor grills are cheap to get through. So up the stone. 6 more floor grills. And if you put the shotgun traps down in there, bravo. It's that harder to raid. I also didn't do the little half walls over the honeycombing there. You can, but you don't have to. So now onto the front entrance. So 3 square foundations and then 2 triangles for the entrances. So this will have in total 3 entrances into the base. And I just spam the wall frames. And then at the front here, I'm shooting nose piece, which I love. Go. And this can all be stone. because really it's more for just an entrance. This nose piece, however, will be needed to go to sheet metal because they'll just stone pick that if that's left as stone, they'll just pick it through with a spear. And then get your frames, and of course one BP that's really a must is garage doors. And I only put a floor here in the center because we're going to surround that in garage doors. And spam the shop fronts. Now the shop fronts, I put the little ledge outside because it gets in the way when you're inside and you can't put objects in front of it. It's a bit of a pain. And 2 doors swinging outward on this side just so you can do a bit of an airlock there. And it can just be stone because, I mean, the cost of the doors, it's cheaper than the wall, so that's where they're going to come through if they're going to raid. And then here I do a level 1 workbench because everyone can see in. You don't want any tier 2 or tier 3 in here. You don't want it to look too juicy. Get refrigerators in here, and then up top in this little ledge up here, I end up putting down a lot of large boxes. So putting down these triangles, and then just spamming the large boxes. That's all I do. Large boxes, having them go over the ledges so you can access them from below. And then some fire pits. Just for an extra little, tidbit. You can cook food in them or use them for storage. This will essentially be the tier 1 loot that you have excess of, or stuff to recycle, or basic tools, because if they come into this part of the base, this will be all accessible to them. There we go. Now of course when you place all these, you'll have to suicide your way out of this little portion up here. And I put a repair bench up here originally, but I changed my mind and I ended up doing a large box. Just, always room for these large boxes. So suicide, and then you've got all these large boxes now accessible up top. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5 large boxes. And get your garage doors down, make sure the shooting nose piece is covered. And on these walls here, I'd like to put down the vending machines again, 20 high qual and 3 gears each, only because it's storage and it's protection going into the base. They can't blow through those without wasting 3C4, so super expensive. So rotate, disable broadcast. And on to the final step of placing the big large stone walls. This is the final layer of honeycombing we're going to put down. So definitely practice this. I spent some time on a build server just fiddling with these. These are a massive pain to place. So just wiggle them around until you're comfortable. And depending on how busy the server is, don't carry too many outside. Maybe only one at a time until you get it placed. I end up going to the other side. And place and place, and just like that, boom, nice little extra honeycombing there. And then back to the other side. It's frustrating, these walls, let me tell you. So patient putting them down. There we go. Now that's it. I've got the extra layer of honeycombing, and it's done. So hopefully you can get cooking and survive the wipes. I hope you like it. Enjoy. See you later.